Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the Good Morning Abuja on NTA Channel 5, the Unity Station. Okay, now we have an ICT consultant, an educationist, and a counselor in the house joining us to discuss navigating modern parenting. We all know that a lot is happening with this jet age. Okay, please join me as I welcome the chief learner, knowledge-based basic science school, and the person of Malam Yusuf Adam. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Good
so
morning,
much.
viewers.
Wow, navigating modern parenting. Okay, let's start. As a parent, you are a parent, I'm a parent, people watching.
Yes.
What are the challenges we face now that we have this, what will I call it, this era
Yes.
of social media and so on?
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a topic as educationists, we look at it very well. Because we deal with children, we actually see some of the effects of some of those challenges in children. And so we actually collaborate with parents most of the time to say, come, we are noticing this, you may not see it. As educationists, we see it because we understand the children's psychology, how they learn, how they behave, sometimes more than the parents. So the parenting has a lot of challenges in the sense that things are getting on a faster speed than when we were brought up. And so not everyone, except you require people to adapt, what require adaptability, so you require resilience for us to understand the modern challenges so we can actually address it. And one of the two major ones we categorize them, one is moral, and second one is the financial crisis.
Okay.
So the economic, what we call the economic challenges. We have moral challenges and economic challenges. And they will notice that, for example, we notice a great disappearance of basic morals such as respect, such as integrity, empathy. I mean, some of those that were basic norms are disappearing gradually. I mean, you begin to have a lot of crime growing on daily basis. Children whose fathers are very responsible becoming criminals on the street. You keep wondering why are this happening. And so these are challenges that happen because of the modern era, and the parents don't wake up to the new approach and also adapt to new methods of handling children of today, they might lose the game. And that's why a lot of we normally have interaction with parents and say, look, this is what we're noticing. This is the aspect we want to question. To train a child, like an author wrote a book, he said, he took from an African proverb that a family give birth to a child, but take a village to raise a child. The society has to raise a child. Yeah. So, and what are this village that raise the child? The parents are there, the siblings, the aunties, the sisters, the neighbors, the professionals, the educationists. Everybody that come with the child actually is molding the child. But society we live today isn't actually helping that because our villages are now disintegrated. The metaphorical village is now disintegrated. I call it a village because where we live today, everybody fences his house with digital fence to your tent or is there. Nobody bother what happened to your neighbors. Honestly. So whatever a child does, nobody's actually there to correct you. Or during our own time we were young, whatever you did wrong, anybody in society will correct you. Whether it's your relative or not, any adult.
They used to say every child is your child.
It's your child.
Yes.
But today, I mean, you even want to correct a child and the parent will come and ask you to do anything to touch him for me. We even have cases where parents go to school to fight a teacher for punishing the child for wrongdoing. Now, these are part of the challenges that today we want to make. Parents to know how do you navigate, how do you, make a correction. Today, we also have the economic challenges because of high cost of living, inflation. To meet basic family need now, it takes a lot of stress. Salary no longer take people home. And so people now do additional assignment, additional exercise, side work to meet up those challenges. So creating less time for the children.
For the children, no attention.
So the mother goes to work, the father goes to work, and then the child left to go to school, come back and meet nanny.
Okay.
And when both parents come back home, they are tired.
Okay.
Any question? Oh, I'm tired. Let's teach you tomorrow. How much? When the parents become like an ATM, we only provide money for this, money for school fees, money for clothes, like money for food, ATM. An ATM. And I pray we don't become ATM because in old age, an ATM where there's no need for you, you'll be dusty. So when ATM don't have money, nobody queue in front of it. So if it means that when you're no longer required to bring money as a parent, your child don't think you exist. So we'd rather change from being an ATM and be a parent. Parenting means that you're nurturing the child, not just about providing money.
Yes.
There should be some model you are as a model for the child. Now, one of the challenges, like you mentioned earlier, technology is one of the biggest challenges. The era of digital age, where, of course, every one of us have a smartphone. Even some that don't need a smartphone, acquire a smartphone because they're anything. I know of many parents, particularly the mothers, who have smartphone, they don't have a Facebook account. But when you take the phone, you see a Facebook account, you see an Instagram account run by the child who is underage, who doesn't have a phone, but he's on social media. Now these children who are now being exposed to social media are being bombarded with inappropriate information.
Okay.
Because in education, there are what we call age-appropriate information. That at a certain age, a child should learn something.
Yeah.
Because of the psychology of learning and the way they think. So, but for social media, those who put the information there don't bother, believe that an adult is coming there. And you now hand over a phone to a child who now went there and saw the information and could not manage it. And so a child's mind actually acquire a lot of information which will become an adult tomorrow. And so if you allow bad data to be the foundation of his thinking, he'll be taking wrong decisions in future. And that's why we said parents need to wake up. Now, because of this era of what we call the digital era, where they're exposed to social media, they have information, they are learning how to be less empathetic. They become greedy from what they see from there. I mean, you see a small child you see in secondary school who is aspiring to ride a Lamborghini. It's not just aspiring, okay, let me pass my exam first.
Yeah.
Let me have a degree. Let me get a good job. Or let me have a skill that will make me, he's aspiring to live one big life because of what he saw on social media.
But don't you think this society has a larger blame? Don't you think so?
Yeah. The blame, well, the thing is we can't draw the hand of the clock backward. There are those who benefit from the status quo as it is today. As things goes bad, there are people that benefit from it. Those who want it to go worse, so they benefit from it. When you go bankrupt, you go to bank to take loan. Then the bank make profit from you. So the more you need loan from them, the better for the bank.
Better for the bank.
So those who benefit from the situation we have today. For example, we've been shouting youths are becoming so much engaged in drugs. And they've been campaigning against drugs. But people are still selling the drugs because they're making so much money.
And who are those selling the drugs? The
adults. It's the adults.
Yeah.
The adults who think that, oh, this is easier to make more money. So society has a way, they need to actually fight seriously those who are perpetrating this crime. But on our own as parents, what we do is first, do we know what kind of social media our children are engaged in? What do they look at? What book are they reading? What movie are they watching?
Okay.
When we were young, we were taught that marriage is between a man and a woman. But today, it's marriage between two people. That's dictionary meaning today.
Two people. Yeah, so it could be male and male.
So now, how do you tell your child that no, in our own culture, in our own religion, in our belief, in our values, a man only marries a woman?
How do you do not that? A man marrying a man.
How do you do that?
Okay, let's look at how we can balance the work and the responsibility as a parents. How do you think from your own?
Now, what we advise parents is that they should look at, yes, we know things are tough. Both parties may have to work to meet the need today. Perhaps the amount we were buying a textbook then is the amount we're buying a biro now, not even a notebook.
Yeah.
So you need to earn more funds, the mother need to work the time. Otherwise, I would have suggested, when the children are still young, can the mother stay up work and look after these children? Because they are better mentors and nurturer of children than their fathers. If that cannot happen, but they should create time for the family. They should create family time. In olden days, we live near our family members. So everybody will have a cousin, a nephew, a brother, a younger person staying with you. But because of high cost of accommodation, you manage a two-bedroom flat, you and your wife and children. You take one room with your wife, the 20 take the other. Where would the cousin or nephew stay? So it means that family, there's a disconnection between the family that used to be helped before. Now we need to now engage community to help us nurture our children. And that's why where we train our children is very important. The environment we live to nurture our children is key. But I would call it ecology and NLP. Those are what actually molds some of the behavior the children learn, not even from you, the parent, of the environment is very much. So they begin to create time. If it is 1 hour a day, if it is 2 hours a day, there should be a time, okay, well, this time is my children. This time is my family. And what do we discuss? Let's try and reinforce these family values in them. And they realize that, look, life is not a bed of roses. And we should think they have to manage success and failure. Because there is an increased high rate of suicide today in Nigeria, both among the young and the old. It's not in our culture. Africans don't commit suicide. So but because we didn't teach them how to manage success and failure. When they succeed, they become extravagant. When they fail, they can't manage it, they commit suicide. But this we need to tell our children earlier that, look, sometimes it could be good, sometimes it could be bad. Whichever situation, be patient and make for everything. Make an effort. Whatever goes down today will go up tomorrow. And so By the time, so parents should begin to start to reduce time. If one does a long hour work, the other party should do a shorter hour work. If the man does a long hour work, let the mother choose an hour that is shorter, that can have more time for the
Or
children.
even have days
Or
off
have
that she
days
can
off.
just stay
Good.
with the
Or if
children.
possible, one of them should do a kind of job that allow him or her to have time for the children. And if that is not possible, because if you create a child that's not well nurtured, you are creating a problem for
For the society.
next generation.
Yeah.
And then they are going to begin to say, who gave back to this child? And because our problem now is that they're able to cause spiritual corruption. And so we find that even the religious house is supposed to nurture children and make them better. Some clergy are themselves spiritually corrupt, and they're teaching the children wrong information. So what's supposed to make society better and safer is making it unsafe.
Okay.
And so all this we need parents to look. You have to be able to ask your child, what did you learn today? Okay, what did they teach you? Tell me what you learned. What have you read? What lessons you take from it? So you know how they think, and you know where to say, oh, this is because that's why you find out that those that produce movies, they will put parental guidance on some certain movies.
Yeah.
Meaning that look, you need to tell your children some wisdom behind it, so
Wisdom,
they don't think it
yeah,
is
so that
the
they
way
will
they
just
look at it. The one who make the movie knows that look, this is just a film trick to make people laugh. But for a child, that's the whole truth.
Okay.
He might not know. So that's why parents need to begin to create time for the children, to nurture them, to remind them, to model them, and they should try to at least act good behavior. Even if you're not good behavior, once you become a parent, try and do good behavior when your children are there.
Even if you're dramatizing it.
You're dramatizing it. So that because they learn by what they see more than what they hear.
It reminds me on a lighter mood of a child that the father would always say, when I was your age, I used to take first position in class. And one of the days, unfortunately for the father, the boys came
So
across
this,
this. I said, Daddy, who owns this? He said, no, 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 not for me. Okay, now let's look at the role of the, should I say, the institution,
yes.
educational institutions. Let's look at their role first. Because the child leaves home in the morning and goes to the school.
Yes.
And then comes back home.
Yes.
So the first place, apart from the family,
yes.
The other place, or should I say second, or even the foundation,
yes.
the main foundation is from the school.
Yes.
So let's look at the role the school have to
now. What we tell our colleagues at school owners, we say, look, your role don't just teach the child how to read and write. It goes beyond that. We have to nurture the child and produce a whole human being.
Character. But
the character, because what we believe, when a child is brought to you, you have to train his mind to be able to think positively, creatively. You have to train his hands, his psychomotor, to be able to do things with his hands. And you have to train his morals so that he knows what are the norms in society. So reading and writing is not just the only that you teach in the school. And that's why we tell you that, look, don't run school like any other business where you're just after profit. Already after what you are producing, the product that's come out of your school.
And who is a human being?
Now, if that child becomes, you don't treat your own child tomorrow, will you be happy? If that child you are trained now become the policeman to arrest your child tomorrow, to handle or protect your child tomorrow, are you not treating him well? If he becomes your president for your children tomorrow, are you not treating him well? Because you never know who becomes in the next. So for that, as schools, they have a role to play, but they have to partner with the parent. So when you notice what is beyond the role of the school, call the parent's attention. That's what we do in our own school. We used to have parent forum. We sit down, we rub mind. Oh, there's this problem, there's this. How are you handling this dog? We think you should do this. Or parent, they are doing this. We're trying to change this formula. It's no longer working. Because we are updating, learning, going to workshop, new method of handling the today's challenges. And so parents can't have a result to do the same. They have what they are doing. But we'll call them in the workshop and say, look, do this. We are doing this. Make sure you do this at home. Or we take the child. Come, we know the challenge with your child. Are you doing this at home with your child? The child will come to school and starts biting the next person or beating his neighbor for no reason.
Practicing bullying.
You begin to ask him what kind of cartoon does he watch? No. Most of the time they learn from cartoon, from movies, nothing from the parents.
Wow. Okay.
Because some parents just put DSTV at home, leave it free, the child watch what channel he wants to watch at his convenience.
Okay, I think we'll continue the discussion because they say every child is your child, and all hands, from all what we have just seen, all hands needs to be on deck for us to be able to raise that kind of a child, or I don't know how to put it, like you said, the person you're training, if he becomes the president tomorrow, will you be able to lead your children well? We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll continue navigating modern parenting. Let's go on this way. Welcome back. This is still Good Morning Abuja. In case you are just joining us, we're discussing navigating modern parenting. Now, we talked about the educational institutions,
Yes,
the
yes,
role they have to play. Let's
yes,
look at the society.
yes. Now, want to beg for society member, parents, and uncles and brothers is that let's realize that it takes a village for society to train a child. When your neighbor or a passerby correct your child for doing something wrong,
Hmm.
don't start attacking and ask who sent him, because you alone cannot look after
Who
him.
sent you?
Because that is one of the reasons why people say, no, it's not my child. I will not touch it before they arrest me
Before
with
the
police.
yeah.
Before they arrest me with police, I will not touch the child. And when the child turns a criminal, everybody is at risk. And so, we want to beg society. Let us go back to our normal values, where your brother's keeper, your sister's keeper, your neighbor's keeper. Until the child is in zero, where the parent is not there.
Hmm.
You, as another parent, will be correct. No, no. And when the parent come, I saw a child do this. Please warn him at home. Of course, they're not beating her spouse. You don't go and
Oh,
spank somebody's child and injure
before they
him.
will say it's bullying.
But call him
Hmm.
and educate him and then teach him what is right. I know this we did it right is wrong. That's what you need to do. Starting to begin to say ourselves as, look, if I only take care of my own, I don't care for your own, my own is still not safe.
Yes.
Like one of the popular scholar wrote in one of his books, he said, if you live in a society and only you and your family are not a thief, all the other neighbors are thief, your property is not safe.
Honestly.
So
Because they will come knocking.
so he said, because of that, make sure everybody around you share similar values and norms,
Hmm.
morals
It is.
with you so that you can be at peace.
Okay.
Actually, that child can have the freedom to learn as we used to have in those days. In those
Okay.
days, you go to the bush and cut trees, come out. But now a child can't just go anywhere again. He's afraid of being kidnapped.
Honestly, even the neighbors, some people are scared of their
They're scared
neighbors.
of their neighbors.
They are scared of their children being or getting too familiar with their
With their
neighbors
neighbors.
because the child can just okay, this is uncle so auntie so just follow the neighbor, and
So,
then before you know
so
it's
that
kidnapped.
society has a role to play, and
Mm.
also believe that if the society realize that, look, whatever evil we sow today, if we don't reap it tomorrow, our children will reap it.
Repeat honestly.
So then we'll begin to think twice before we take certain decision. And so we need to have now work as a synergy. We need to begin to build a community system wherever we live. Have a neighborhood association meeting that you do regularly to update them so you can have a common ground
Okay.
on making sure you nurture the children.
Okay.
If you live just like anybody's on his own, there are going to be crime
It's
in
going
that
to be a
society
big
and there will
problem,
be
yeah.
problem for next generation.
Okay, let's look at the government.
Yes.
Let's look at it because sorry, I felt when we were growing up, when we are on long vacation as students, there's
Yes.
always programs,
Yes.
lined up to keep the children
Yes.
busy. So let's look at the
Yeah,
role of
yes.
the government.
Today, those days, so many things are done for free. When education was those days, usually in August, every school is on holiday, including higher institutions.
Mm.
Your senior brothers or uncle and higher institution will come and organize holiday lesson for the younger ones free of
Free
charge.
of charge, yes.
But now, for everything is paid for. And even those children are no longer on holiday when the junior ones are on holiday because
Okay,
academics and
everything,
curriculum has been mixed up.
yes, yes.
So that becomes a challenge. Parents need to know how do I engage my child during this long vacation? Either one the parents should be on holiday, on leave to look after the children, or they must find a way to arrange where they engage them because this long vacation period is a dangerous period when they learn some bad behaviors, either from movie they watch or from bad neighbors who has bad orientation.
Okay,
And because children learn from their peers more than from the adults.
okay.
They see an adult as a perfectionist, they see the younger one as closer to him. And so they quickly believe the younger one that you the elderly. And that's why as parents we must do a lot of work in this holiday to engage them positively. If you need to organize a lesson for them, look for money and pay someone to look after them. Or if you need to say, okay, look, society, you can should have where you engage them so that they don't have opportunity to have an idle mind about devil's workshop.
Honestly, and really, and I do mind is the devil's workshop. Thank you so much. Thank you. The holiday season is here, is closed. So we need to really do a lot. And like he has said, as an educationist, he has just told us, and also as a counselor, he said the government, the society, then the parents, even the educational institutions, we have a lot of role to play in the life of our children. It saddens our heart as parents to see that the children, not even youth, I mean children go into drugs, and you begin to wonder what is a 10 years old, what is a 15 years old boy doing with drugs. So that means something is wrong and we need to be very careful. He said it, you don't just leave your phone with your child and then you assume that that child is watching whatever you want, you don't know other things are filtering into, and the person is just not being able to manage the information you will manage well, and that will lead to a lot of things. So we need to do a lot navigating, modern parenting. All hands must be on deck. Thank you so much,
So
sir.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you. And thank you for all you do as an educationist. Like you said, you counsel them, you talk to parents, you have a forum for parents and teachers to tell them. And this, now that the holiday is closed, I think a lot more needs to be done. And like you said, every child is our child. So we need to, if you don't take care of your, there's a proverb in Yoruba, it says, a child that is not well trained at home,
Yes.
when they train that child outside, is maybe, let me use the word, we slap. Because if they say don't do this at home and you refuse and you go and do it outside, a stranger will not take it the way your parents will take. Okay, please say good morning, Abuja. All right, we'll be right back after this break. Please don't go anywhere.